Man City nil, Bayer Leverkusen 2. What were we thinking? You can't just change 10 players and expect it to work. It's the Champions League, not the Carabao Cup, man. I don't know. I don't know. Shocking, really, just shocking. Shocking in both regards. One, Pep underestimating Leverkusen and changing too many players, and then also they're still 11 world-class players who get paid a lot of money, so you'd expect them to do well. But hey ho, what can you do? Into the player ratings, I suppose. So we'll start with James Trafford, who faced two shots on target, conceded both. So I mean, from a goalkeeping point, what can you really say? Pretty poor. I mean, the first one maybe not his fault, but the second one certainly I feel like he got his footing all wrong. So yeah, poor Trafford. First chance in a while to show himself, and he didn't really do too great. Not too great. Back for Ryan Nuri came off at half time. Didn't really see too much of him. Nathan Ake, he was the one. He was his man really for the second goal. John Stones was there and about, did all right, but nothing really amazing. And then Kusanov was to blame for one of the goals. I'd say I think it was. Was it no? Was it he? I'm trying to remember the goal now. I'm ill as well as you can see. I'm trying to remember which goal it was. I think it was the first one when he was. It was his man, and he just. I can't remember. He was the. Was it him who was blocking the shot, or was it him for the guy who put past it? Either way, I remember he was out of position for that first goal, and it was not good. Nico Gonzalez, standard performance really, but again, I feel like it was him though. He was blocking it. I think it was Kusanov's man, and I think Gonzalez was blocking it. That's what I'm trying to remember. But either way, I thought Gonzalez most of the time was all right, but I felt like he had to do too much. I felt like he was all over the place. Didn't really know what his position was, so not the best. Rico Lewis felt like he didn't really offer anything. I think he more played where he played like alongside Reinders. Really, he was always quite far forward, and again, I just didn't really feel like he did too much. Didn't create a whole lot. So what? Pretty poor. Savinho just wow. He was bad. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. He was pretty bad. Has been for a while. He needs to really sort of get himself in a good gear, get himself in a form, because it's not looking great for him at the moment. If we're honest, it's really not. I think a lot of the fan base is turning on him, unfortunately, and not rightly so. But at the same time, he does deserve criticisms. Not to the extent of abuse, but he does deserve criticisms because he's not been good enough by any means. Tiani Reinders should have scored. Jesus, end of the first half. That is a absolute. He dribbled into the box, kept going, kept going, kept going, kept going. I thought he was going to walk it in, and then he wasted the shot. That was poor from him. Other than that, didn't really do too much. But yeah, just completely messed up a big chance. And Oscar Bob, similar to Savinho, just didn't really didn't really do too much. Felt like most of the attacks it just sort of ended when he got to him. I felt like the attacks just slowed down when it reached him. Overall again pretty poor. And then Omar Mamouche, his first touch was pretty poor in most scenarios. Not really the best by any means. I mean, he didn't have a shot, did he? Our striker for 65 minutes did not have a shot. Like that was the other problem as well. No one wanted to shoot in that first half. There was multiple chances we could have had a shot and we just didn't. So really, really bad performance. And I think it just show the extent of the B team's just not up to scratch. A lot of these players on this pitch we need to have a long look at a couple of them because it's just not the level you expect. I mean the stats as well. Stats show that we were dominating, but that's not football. Football is that was a poor lineup and it was a poor performance overall, and we need to do better. Because that's two losses in a row now. Where we need to pick up again. We've got Leeds United next. We need to bounce back. We've rested Pep. You've rested the whole squad. We need to hit Leeds hard. That's what we need to do. Predicted lineup. That's the predicted lineup. Exactly. I want to see that lineup. Absolutely hit him where it hurts and get the goal difference up. Get 3 points. Get us back into winning ways. That's what we need. Because if it's anything sluggish against Leeds, I will not be happy. Will not be happy. But hey ho, what can you do? what can you do? But yeah, on to Leeds United on Saturday. Should be a good game. Should be a good game. Hopefully, like I say, we can get the goal difference up. They've got a pretty weak defence. We should hopefully fresh legs. We should be able to get into them. That's the hope. Come on, City.